Live. Broadcasting live on the Double Wide Network. It's time for The Real Deal. Join the Ambassador and Mark Yellowhorse as they put together great guests and honest commentary on a range of issues. But one of their main topics will be preserving Native American tributes in sports team nicknames. These two are also avid fans of music and the arts, and they'll always make time for a great song or two. Now, it's time for The Real Deal. And here are your hosts, the Ambassador and Mark Yellowhorse.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the beautiful Star Worldwide Networks at the Camelback Towers in beautiful downtown Scottsdale, Arizona. You're listening to the Ambassador, and we are The Real Deal. I hope everybody had a good week. We had as well. And we have a number of topics tonight, as we always do. And we'll be flying around. We're flying up to Augustine, California, and visiting with the mayor here in a few minutes. But first, I'd like to just say what I always say every week, that we want to thank our listeners from all over the country. Star Worldwide is the largest, fastest growing internet radio station in the country, ladies and gentlemen. There's 5 million listeners listening to the shows at Star Worldwide. And my host here, Kyle Pratt, would you please validate what the number one show at the Star Worldwide is?
That would be The Real Deal, Ambassador.
Thank you. Good to see you again, Kyle.
Me too.
We have a couple guests in the studio. We have Craig Reichert. He is an accomplished chef. He's been on the Cooking Channel. He's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. His family are Native Americans, and he's an avid fan of the Chicago Blackhawks. And say hello, Craig.
Hello, folks.
You'll be on pretty soon. And then, of course, we have my dear friend and business associate, Alex from Beverly Hills, who is here in the studio as well, and is a friend of Craig's because Alex grew up in Milwaukee, and he's also an avid fan of the Blackhawks, and he's also very much supportive of these Native American names. Would you like to say hi, Alex?
Hello, how you doing out there, down and out in Beverly Hills?
That's right. I've been down and out in Beverly Hills, too. Okay. With that being said, I want to thank all of our teams, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Washington Redskins, Golden State Warriors, Atlanta Braves, Cleveland Indians, Chicago Blackhawks for listening and honoring Native Americans by using the names. They are coming after you, after all the teams. Washington Redskins first, you're next. United we stand, divided we fall. And you can sit there and ignore reality, but unfortunately, you teams can't ignore the consequences of reality. And tell them the Ambassador said that, and you can take that one to the bank. I want to shout out to my Navajo brothers and sisters, as I always do. Yate she dene Nahadani Ambassador Dennis Yellowhorse and Shehadish Banana Akwetsala 505 Redskins Akwetsala Flagstaff Redskins. Thank you for listening. Akehla Dan Snyder Gatekeeper Jana Halbritter Klinkbabit Halbritter Mai the Wolf. He's a bad man, and we're calling him out. We're taking the gloves off on him, and we're going to be on his ass till hell won't have it. I want to also do a shout out to my Yaqui brothers and sisters in northern Mexico and southern Arizona, Viva Yaqui. So with that being said, I want to just talk about, here's one of the main topics tonight. This happened in the past couple of weeks. This guy that owns Adidas, the sports shoes and sportswear, it's called Adidas. Well, this guy, this is a German company, and the president of the company, I mean, he's either the owner or he's a figurehead. He is connected. His family were connected to the Third Reich, and they were Nazis, and they were supportive, and they were in Hitler's army. And this is all documented. We don't make this stuff up. So this guy has issued a blanket a blanket order requesting that all the schools in the United States with Native American mascots change their names, and if they do, he'll give them some money, I guess. And I'm just probing into it. Andre Bilodeau, he's one of our business associates, and also he's a founding member of Native American Guardians Association, and we call him the Commander. He's wrote several award-winning books, How the Redskins Got Their Name. He's been on this issue because he that's what he does, and when things like that come about, he makes sure that that the real deal is alerted. And he's been on our show several times, and him and the lovely Eunice Davidson, she's the president. Mark Yellowhorse is the vice president. I'm head of corporate reach out and business development. So we're all in this. NAGA is the Native American Guardians Association, and you can find them on Facebook, and I think it's naguardians.com or naguardian.com, I believe, ladies and gentlemen, on the internet. And you'll see the press release that was distributed. But this guy is a Nazi. His family were connected to Nazis, and this is the big picture here. They're doing what Hitler did to the Germans, and by destroying the Jews, banning the names, get rid of anything affiliated with Jewish people, and in 100 years they'll be forgotten. Well, what do you think this is? This guy is telling Adidas is telling all the schools to get rid of these mascots, and it's not just the Redskins. I read into that. I was looking. I said, "Well, is this just Redskins?" And no. We want them all. We want them all, and so that's where we're headed here. And this is just a phony civil rights movement by some big picture people that have big ideas in mind how to overtake our country and how to get rid of the Native Americans and the tributes to Native Americans that honor Native Americans, and then they can take their land, and people like Hal Ritter can steal their land and steal their water, and in 100 years from now, they'll just be Americans. And 100 years from now, my children or great-great-grandchildren will be screwed for allowing these type of people to just take over this country. The majority of the people just sit around like a bunch of sheep, and they don't see what the hell's going on here. And I do. I really do. And my friends here in this studio see it. And we talk about it all the time. And we're fighting like hell to try to stop AB 30. And we got a lot of strategy. And the mayor will be on here shortly. And he'll be talking about some interesting things that just come up. Some new legislation that's being introduced right now, and he's going to be talking about it here in a few minutes. As soon as we get on the plane, we're headed to the Scottsdale airport, and we're going to be taking off in the Real Deal Airlines. We got our own jets now. They're big jets, big passenger jets. And we got stewardesses, and we got this, and we even got a Wi-Fi on there. But these are really good jets, and we're flying out there, and they're supersonic, so it don't take us long to get across the country, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, Kyle, let's shut everything down for a minute. We're at the airport, ladies and gentlemen. We're at Scottsdale Airport. We're getting ready to take off. So, Kyle, tell the flight instructors to get this ball rolling. Okay, we're up about 30,000 feet. We're getting higher. We're almost Mach 1. It won't take us long, and we'll be in Gustine, and then it'll be all good. And we're coming in now. Kyle's, I'm bringing us in hot. Oh man, these damn planes are so fast. I wish I could have afforded one a long time ago. Okay. Now, with that being said, we're going to go directly to the mayor. Is he in the queue yet? Okay. Mayor, how do you like our new airplanes?
Hey, Ambassador, I love it. I love it, man. It sounds good. Nice and smooth and quiet. That's the way you like to ride.
That's right, man. The Real Deal Airlines. We're coming to your rescue. Mayor, I got your text. We lost a couple of games, but we still got a couple to win, right?
Absolutely. So, unfortunately, we lost the JV and the varsity game Friday night. Both teams, the Newman Warriors and the Gustine Redskins, were 9-0 undefeated. But I can tell you that both games went into the fourth quarter, and they fought all the way to the end. In the varsity game, it was 59 seconds. Gustine had the ball. We were on our 40-yard line, and we were getting ready to take it into the end zone. And unfortunately, they threw an interception, and that was the end of the game.
I'll be darned.
But there's always a winner and there's always a loser. But the other side to this whole thing is that this Friday night we'll be playing the playoff game, and we're still in it to win it. So it's not over yet. Well,
I'll tell you what, the ambassador will be there with you, in theory, and heart. And so Mark and I will be there. We're standing with you on the sidelines like we were about a month ago. But be sure and tell Sherry, and Billy, and Christian, and everybody that we met, all the wonderful people we met, that we stand with you. We stand with all the teams. And now you play for the trophy this Friday night, right?
Well, we're playing this will be a playoff spot. So there's about 4 brackets to get to the trophy.
Right.
So, but I can tell you, Newman is a very good team also, and the winner of the game last Friday was the team that made the least amount of mistakes because they both had great defense and great offense. So we know going into this playoff game that we got a great shot of taking it all the way to the trophy.
Wow. Now, what is the game played in Gustine?
Yes. The first playoff game for Gustine is at home. So, and by the way, at last Friday's game, over 7,000 people at the game. At a high school football game.
That had to be a record.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
Well, we want to give you an applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for the mayor. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please have a seat. That's awesome, Mayor. Now, on a more serious note, a little bit ago when we talked, unfortunately, Mark's not here yet. Tell us what you told me about this new interesting development with the one of the committees out there in the legislation that they're introducing, please.
Yeah, so I got a message last night forwarded on to me. It's actually a clip from the actual from the Senate Education Committee, and last week they voted in favor of changing all Native American names and symbols for all schools in California. So they are on a fast track to try to not only get AB 30 lined up and do its job for what they think it should be doing, but they're looking at changing everything.
Right.
So after I read the article, first 2 things that stand out immediately in the article, Louis Alejo and Ray Hallbretter.
Wow.
They're the 2 names that come up right in the beginning of the article.
Right.
So, but that's okay because, this is a fight that we're going to fight because it's the right thing to do, and we know that.
Right.
Pretty interesting in the article, Ambassador, that they're talking about how bad these symbols and these Native American names are that are being portrayed, by all these schools in California and across our nation, for that matter. But I think the most interesting part of it is that, we've had ours for 80 years. Tulare Union High School has had theirs for 100 years. So it took 100 years to figure that out.
Right.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
And, I had a very deep conversation with my son. My son's a very down-to-earth kid. As a matter of fact, he just landed in Russia. Well, it's a small country right outside of Russia, and I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank for the name of it. Literally just texted me a few minutes ago, just landed there, for the company that he works for called Earthlink, and they build the cameras that go on the satellites the size of of a full size vehicle.
Right.
He's meeting with the United States ambassador and it's not the ambassador. I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry, for the representative for that country to talk to them. So I was kind of ribbing him, saying that he must have got his politicking genes from me.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. And tell him you know the real ambassador.
That's right. That's right.
No.
But in this new legislation, what they're looking exactly what Vallejo has been preaching all along, is that they were going to come after everybody.
Well, I mean, it's in a way it's good. Let's get it out. Let's get it out on the table, because we've been saying it, but now there's proof. And I want to get something, and I'll send it to all the teams. And the Golden State Warriors, they're sitting right there in California. And you pro teams, and I know you're listening. I know Bill Chapin's listening. I know Ray's listening. Raymond from Golden State. I know Chris is listening from Atlanta Braves. And I know the Blackhawks are listening. And you teams need to understand that when they get done with these schools, they're going to have you guys on an island, and I don't give a damn how many billions of dollars you got. When Dan Snyder goes down, you're toast. You're going to go down like dominoes. So if I was you, I would unite. I would say it's time to fight and help people like us and get us the tools and the things we need to deliver the message in Indian country. The Indians have your back, man. All you got to do is figure out and contact me. I know what to do. I can tell you exactly what to do. And I ain't going to say it on the air, but I know exactly what to do and how to handle these bastards. And I've done it before, and I'm good at it. And so and I'm available. But it's up to you. It's your name, not mine. I'm here to help protect the people that I love and lost recently. To keep doing what I'm doing, and if my wife was alive today, she'd tell me you keep it going, and I would, and I will. But
absolutely,
it's just what you said. It's just what you said, and you've confirmed it, and now they've confirmed it. And just like you said, they're fast tracking this, and so that's what's happening. And then you got this. Did you hear about this thing with Adidas? Yes,
I did.
Yeah, see, Halbritter. I'm sure Halbritter's in bed with that loser, and he may as well be a Nazi too, because he had Frank Baum. He named a casino after Frank Baum. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't coincidental. Halbritter picks a Turning Stone Casino, named after the guy that wrote The Wizard of Oz, L. Frank Baum. He called for the annihilation of all the Indians. And now here's a Nazi that called for the annihilation of all the Jews that's contributing to getting these schools changed around the country. Because, you see, what he's done, here's his play. He's listening to the radio show, and he's listening to people like you and Tulare and these other schools saying, well, we don't have the money. I mean, it's going to cost us money to change these names. Here's where he comes in. Here's where he steps in. Hey, don't you worry about the money. Adidas will take care of that. See, this is a well-orchestrated campaign against Native Americans. It's social and cultural genocide, and you better believe me. You better believe me. And when I know I'm right, I'm right. And I haven't been wrong yet on certain issues that I really research in my mind and think really hard about, is this right or wrong? And I sit there and I dwell on it and dwell on it and dwell on it and dwell on it, and I finally said, God damn it, this is right. And that's where I stand on this issue. So, no, I'm in a way, I'm glad they brought it out, because we knew it was coming anyway. You know?
Yeah, and it's a good thing that they brought it out.
Because now,
coming it out, this is what we've been saying this all along, transparency, right? get it out on the table, make sure it's transparent so everybody has the same information and the same facts, and there's no hidden language, what I've been calling hidden language in AB 30, or any blurred lines of language that can be interpreted by different people in a different way, because that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, well, and yeah, exactly. Now, the school down the road, the Warriors.
Yes, Newman,
yeah,
California.
Yeah, just here it is. Here it is. And they were going to stand with us on the field. Well, there's no need to back down now, because you're in the fight whether you like it or not.
That's right.
And
that's exactly right.
Yeah, and somebody said there's like 140 some schools out there in California. Well, see, ladies and gentlemen, what you don't realize is California's setting the stage to sweep the country from coast to coast to get rid of the names of all the schools, the colleges, everything, and get the Native American imagery out. And we're talking some serious money people who have this plan well thought out. And it's just, I mean, it's coming right from the Third Reich. You'll say, oh, that's crazy. Do the research on Adidas. Why would they do this? To sell more shoes? No, they're doing it because they have a hidden agenda, just like Halbreder and all these scumbags that follow these people and play into their hands because they're billionaires. We're not. You know, I'm trying to run this show on my own dime. And I'm not a billionaire. I have no sponsors, but I'm still here. And I don't know how long I'm still going to be here. But we would appreciate you guys throwing us a crumb. I mean, hell, I'm fighting the fight for you. If you think you can do better than me, then get your own damn radio show. And I'll retire this thing. And you carry the torch. But I'm up here doing it, and you're doing it for free. You're doing it because you believe in it, Mayor. And
that's right.
That's right. And so does Sherry. So does Billy.
United we stand.
Yeah, united we stand. And I'll tell you, I'll fly around the country. And I went up there and seen you with Mark on my own nickel, and I paid for our own tickets. I had our own rent a cars. I mean, you were kind enough to buy me the best sandwich in the state.
Monte Cristo sandwich.
The best Monte Cristo I've ate in a long time, buddy. Yeah, and then to top it off, I got to meet your cousins, the Kardashians. How big is that?
The Kardashians, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Staying right there in Gustine, California.
That's right, man. We're talking big time here. I mean, these ladies were so sweet and so beautiful, and just nice ladies, and the whole community was. I mean, you gave us.
We live in a great community.
We do, and you marched us out there in front of. There's probably at least 5,000. And you gave us the key to the city, and I'll never forget it as long as I live. I mean, it's just.
You're very welcome.
It just made me so proud to.
We were honored to have you there.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. Well, we're there to fight the fight and do what we need to do. But I just can't. I'm glad these guys are doing what they're doing, Mayor. Because they're laying their cards on the table and they're doubling down.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Now, another interesting twist to this, Ambassador. So I read the article, and I posted last night after I had time to digest the article. I posted the article, and you can read my Facebook page, but basically this is what it says. I said, Gustine, Chowchilla, Tulare, Calaveras, and everyone else that has a Native American Indian name or symbol. This means you.
That's right.
This is all about all of you.
Right. With
that being said, I let them know that on November 16th, this is new news, you're getting fresh from me, November 16th at 5:30 p.m., the Gustine Unified School District is holding a workshop open to the public in Gustine at their office, their district office. It is a no public comment night, and they will be holding a second meeting at a later date after that. But this is with their legal counsel in open forum to discuss AB 30 and for them, they want to try to understand it a little better and weigh out their options. So I encourage you, whether you live in Gustine, Chowchilla, Tulare, Calaveras, or anywhere, if you're bearing a Native American name and symbol, you need to be at this meeting.
Right.
and show your support, because this is where it starts working right here. You show up in numbers, and you show people that you're in this to win it.
Right. How can I get my hands on something that I can share with the pro teams?
It's on my Facebook page. You can have Mark Hillhorse go there and just forward it right to him right off my Facebook page.
Okay, I'll have Mark do it, and then either that or I'll send you a friend request or send me one, because my Facebook was hacked, as everybody knows. And so let's reconnect and then that way I can see that, because I'll have my people now that's running the Real Deal Facebook page. I'll have them put it on ours. And then
yes, absolutely. Yeah, we need to get the word out. Now, remember, there's going to be a second meeting. At the second meeting, this will be open to the public for public comment. That night, I don't know if it'll be just dedicated to AB30 or part of one of their regular agenda items, but nevertheless, we're getting ready to bring it to the people, as I would say, for their public input. So this is where the cards all count. So if you're going to cash your chips in, it's time to get ready to cash them in.
Right. Well, that's what we said. I mean, they introduced legislation now, all the teams. AB 30, this is way bigger than AB 30. All the teams now. They're coming after all of them. Alex is over there shaking his head. And you talked to Alex on the phone. He's here in the studio with me.
Alex, how are you?
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I am doing great.
Well, yeah, we have to do something about this, and I'm seeking out the right people to help us out, as a matter of fact, over in Los Angeles.
Great. Well, we appreciate all the help. And this isn't just for us. This is for everyone.
Absolutely.
Everyone in America.
This is totally for everyone in America, because, like I was saying last time I was on the show, this is a bigger agenda than people even realize.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I thought about something, if you guys still have a minute. I thought about something.
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
Last night while I was reading this article and then digesting it, and I was typing on my Facebook page before I posted, that and I say this on there, if this was a serious issue, and even when it went to the Senate committee, and by the way, Alejo and Halbreder were there, from what I understand in the article. You'll see it if you read the article. Where was the media coverage on them? Where were they?
Right.
I didn't hear not one peep about it. I watched the news every morning and every night.
You know what?
And where was the Native Americans that were supposedly so upset with this? Packed in the Capitol.
This is how they do it. They do it silently in the middle of the night. That's how they work.
Yeah, absolutely, because I didn't hear a peep of it. And wouldn't you think that if this is a hot topic as AB 30 is right now in California, I would think that there would have been a lot of coverage on that.
Well,
quiet as a mouse, not one peep.
Understand who controls our media, and there you go.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's
and I just want to throw this in there, and between you and I, Adidas is trying to do everything they can to pull themselves back out of a rut, because there are much better shoes out there and better clothing apparel,
including Nike.
Yeah, absolutely. I would boycott the Adidas product. Everybody out there, 100%, and make it loud and make it noticeable, because let them know that you're not going to be sporting any Adidas clothes, apparel, shoes, or anything.
Well, we even got pictures of Native Americans here in Arizona, Alex, that are burning their shoes.
Yeah, good. That's a good idea. Absolutely.
Yeah, the other thing that falls into this, and it was something that the state had prided themselves on, our governor, since his tenure when he was reelected into the governor's seat, was local control. Let local control take care of the things that it can take us.
Well, they
took that away from us.
Yeah, well, that's
if they left it to local control, we were home free.
That was Schwarzenegger, and that guy has a brain.
Yeah.
I read an interesting article today. Alex is staying in my home, and it was in yesterday's Arizona Republic. Your governor, your proud, honest governor out there, got busted for having the state of California spend money researching his land, his ranch. I guess he has a big ranch out there, to see what mineral rights and what water rights and what oil he may have on his own land, and you're picking up the dime, you and Alex.
That's on taxpayer money right there. Totally illegal. Totally illegal.
I hadn't heard that. That is illegal. That's pretty sad.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew about it, but it was in the Phoenix paper.
No, I did not know about it at all. But
yeah, Alex read it. We read it at breakfast this morning, didn't we, Alex?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Wow.
And I mean, the guy. So he's a real scumbag.
Yeah.
He's a real community servant.
He actually does need to be impeached out of office. There's no doubt about it.
He's a pillar of the community. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
well, we're not going to give up the fight, and so November 16th is going to be what I'm thinking is the first step of 2 steps. Both steps very critical. It's like learning to walk. And I think they're both going to need to show support from the community and any outside entities that want to show up or be there, or maybe they need to send emails or call the district office and voice their concern. And it'd be great for some of the pro teams to also chime in on this.
Right, Mayor. Where is these meetings going to be held?
They're going to be held at the Gustine Unified District Office right there in Gustine.
Okay, now, so that district office is Newman and the other school communities around there. Is that where they're in that district office as well?
No, Newman has their own school district office. Gustine is only for Gustine.
So these meetings pertain to Gustine only?
Yes, that's correct. But we'll be inviting Chowchilla, Tulare, and Calaveras.
Oh, well, good. You should invite Newman.
Yeah, and Newman also. We're going to reach out to Newman also.
Yeah, because
absolutely.
they're in the fray now. I mean, there's no backing out of it. They're coming.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
They're coming for them, man. I'd invite them all, especially Newman, because they, you know them, and they're right down the road.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I plan on contacting them as well.
Right. Well, that's commendable, Mayor. I mean, I can't thank you, and I'm so we met because for a reason, and the good Lord makes things happen for a reason, and we met because we're on the right side of the issue, we're on the same page, we're all in, and you have a place to stay when you come to Paradise Valley, which is next to Scottsdale. And
absolutely,
I hope
appreciate that.
Yeah, I hope you come this winter and stay with me. And you can come in. We'll come right live into the studio here, and
hey, that'd be great.
You can see where we do the real deal.
Absolutely,
but,
I love it.
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah, and but no, I mean, I appreciate your passion, and I know you appreciate mine. Or I mean, hell, I wouldn't have flew out there and showed up if I didn't feel it was there to fight the fight.
Absolutely, yeah. And I do appreciate the passion from your side, Ambassador, and everyone that's involved.
Yeah, well, that's what I do, and man, I'm easy when it comes to stuff like this. When I see somebody trying to hijack Native American culture, that's when I said enough's enough. I'm taking the gloves off, and when you get me into a fight, I'm easy to start and I'm hard to stop because I won't give up, and I'll show you how to fight, and I'll show you how to double down. I'll show you how to take them up against the wall. I've done it before. I've fought all my life. Nothing was ever given to me. I've fought all my life, and I've been in fights like you wouldn't believe, and I'm still standing. So that's what I do, and I'm just the same way you are. We put our boots on the same way every day, and you care about your people. I care about my people. You care about your family. I care about my family. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what we do. I mean, why wouldn't we? But what else do you think needs? I mean, I know we talked about the referendum, and Alex and I and you are working on that, and I've got some serious calls into some serious people to talk about that I don't want to share on the air. But I think I really need to get everything I can on this new legislation that's being introduced because I needed to get it to these teams, these pro teams, because these guys, I mean, It's incredible. I mean, they're just sitting there like, oh, yeah, shit, let Dan Snyder take the hit. It's no, not us. Hell, Golden State Warriors, we're fine, man. Kansas City Chiefs, everybody likes us. Bullshit. I mean, he's unbelievable. It is absolutely fathoms me that these billion-dollar franchises sit there like they just sit there stoic. I mean, they either can't figure it out or they won't figure it out. Or it's like I said on the show, they ignore reality. They just ignore it. Go away. We got money. Go away. But you cannot ignore the consequences of reality. You can't do it.
Right, absolutely.
You know.
I also read in there, Ambassador, that it said that if any school purchased any merchandise that had the symbol prior to 2017. They were going to be allowed to use it because the law does not come into effect until January 1st, 2017.
But then they have to destroy it.
Odd. No. It's saying that you will be able to use it after 2017 if you purchased it before 2017. Well, isn't that contradicting the whole issue of 80-30?
So the law says if all the kids that have their jerseys, have their gear before 2017 can wear it after 2017.
That's how I was reading it. I didn't say that about
That's
the
hilarious, man.
It's saying it about the symbol. I just thought that was a little bit odd.
Yeah, well, that's not a little odd. That's a little bit weird.
A little crazy, right?
But then again, I hate to say anything about your state, California, but Mayor, your state of California, but it's a little weird to me out there. Sometimes I go out there, I just don't get it, man. I need to hang out with. That's 22.
Yeah,
I need to hang out with you and the Kardashians. Maybe you guys can figure out, show the ambassador the way. Okay, Mayor.
Yeah, read that article on there, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Share it with whoever you can share it with, and ask them to share it with whoever they can. You heard me mention this a couple times. That's my pay it forward belief. We all need to pay it forward, and here's the perfect time to pay it forward to help everybody out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we will, and I'll be out there to see you. I'll try to get Mark and I out there when it comes down to the fourth quarter. 2-minute warning. You need the ambassador on the line, running the ball. I'll be there. Mark will be there, and in the meantime, keep fighting the fight. And the Real Deal has got your back. The Real Deal will give you the platform, and. This isn't my show, and I said that many times. It's for you guys, and as long as I can try to stay on the air, I don't care. I mean, I'm not here to try to get rich or make money off of this. If I can just cover the overhead, hey, I'm a happy camper, and I'll just keep it going because we fell into a pretty good deal, huh, Kyle? I mean, we're number one.
Yeah, you've been doing pretty good so far.
I know. Can't we doing something right? Hell, we're number one at Star Worldwide with 5 million listeners. Jesus.
We don't have the silent majority out there. We actually have the majority out there.
Well, that's what it is. We're kind of waking up the people and saying, hey, this show, this Real Deal show, is telling people exactly the way it is and telling the truth. And rounding up everybody and telling them that, there's a whole different agenda, and the majority of the Americans, Native Americans, I don't care what nationality you are supporting our show by listening. Now we need to get them to support it financially, but we got to be doing something right.
What people also have to understand that by what's happening, letting this happen. Is also ripping into our Constitution as well. And that's what we have to stop. We have to stop this. Our country's going through a lot right now. And there's a lot of, not so nice people trying to make some bad changes for our country. And they're trying to do it really fast, should I say, behind closed doors in the middle of the night. And that's why you're not hearing about these things on the media. So people have to wake up. They need to get out there. They got to make noise. We got to boycott Adidas, and we have to get out there and we have to talk about it, and make it aware. It can't just be silent and sit at home and forget about it. We need help.
We do.
That's right.
You know, and we need everybody to reach across this country and say enough is enough. We're fed up. We're not going to put up with it.
That's right.
That's exactly right.
We really do. And we have
Exactly
the listeners. Right. You know, we have the listeners, and we have them in Wilmington, Delaware. We have our beautiful supporters in Lancaster, New York, Neshaminy, Pennsylvania, Goshen, Indiana, Seminole, Florida, Navajo Nation, Winter Rock, Arizona, Farmington, New Mexico. We have them all over. Browning, Montana. I mean, we got people listening all over the United States that tune into The Real Deal just because they want to hear what we're doing and how we're doing it, all the people we're bringing on, new interesting comments, new developments from people like you, Mayor, come on here at the last minute and say, hey, did you hear about what happened here a couple of days ago? I said, no, I didn't hear about it. Well, you go to my Facebook page. I said, okay, I will. But we just got you right on the air, and now all of our listeners are listening to it. See?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and they can go to your Facebook page, and
they sure can.
Yeah,
I'd be more than have them.
Yeah, and it's Dennis Brazil, Brazil, right?
That's correct.
Dennis Brazil on Facebook. He's the mayor of Gustine, California, ladies and gentlemen. He's a very nice man. His cousins are the Kardashians, and and they're wonderful ladies. And they'll be coming to Scottsdale to see the ambassador because they've got family here, and I hope you come too. But please, on a serious note, get up to date. Look at what he's saying because it's all factual. It's reality in California. They're under the gun. They need our help, and we got to stand with them all across the country because make no mistake that once California takes this thing through, it's going from coast to coast. It's going all the way to New York, Connecticut, it'll go coast to coast, all 50 states. And Native Americans will just be wiped out, forgotten, just like Hitler did to the Jews, burn the books, get rid of them, kill them, and in 100 years, they'll be forgotten. And that's a hell of a damn bad, sad thing to say, but that's where it's going. I truly believe it. I know you believe it. I know you believe it, Alex, or you wouldn't be sitting here with me. And
I believe it, and I'm fighting.
Yeah, and so we're fighting the fight, and we ain't got much to fight with, but we're giving it everything we got. So, Mayor, with that being said, I'm going to let you go. We're running out of time, but as always, I want to thank you for coming on to The Real Deal. You are a hell of a guest.
Well, thank you very much. It's my honor, Ambassador, to be on the show. And Alex, it's always a great pleasure to talk to you and conversate about the things that are going on in our world because it takes leaders to make changes. And that's what I try to consider myself as a leader and pushing us in the right direction because I believe in being proactive, not reactive. And we're going to win this thing.
That's right.
You know, nothing in this country is going to change unless people get up and not be afraid to speak out. And that's what we need. And I'm calling that out today. I know there's a lot of listeners listening to us right now. So I'm asking all of you to step up to the plate and help us. Spread the word.
Absolutely. And just in closing with that, as an officer of NAGA, Native American Guardians Association, with my esteemed colleagues, Eunice Davidson, Andre Bilodeau, Mark Yellowhorse, I'd just like to say what they've said, and I say we are here to educate, not eradicate, but we're also here to investigate as to who's saying what and who these people are and why they're doing what they're doing to us.
I agree 100%.
Okay, thanks, Mayor. Give my regards.
You got it. You guys have a great afternoon.
Give my regards to everybody in Gustine. Tell the Kardashians I said hi, and I'll see you when I see you. And
you got it.
We're at the airport right now, and we got to get back to Scottsdale.
I'll get up there soon, and anytime you come down to L.A., make sure you hit me up.
I will for sure. Remember, united we stand.
That's right.
And divided we fall. Let's go, Kyle.
body sweats, your body shakes. Another kiss is what it takes. You can't eat, you can't sleep. It's no doubt you're in deep. Your throat is tight, you can't breathe. Another kiss is all you need. Oh, you need like the thing that you in need of the stuff. Oh yeah. Cause I do the truth to say I can't get enough. Might as well face it, you're addicted to love. See a sign that you can read. You're running at a different speed. Your heart beats, it double time. Another kiss, and you'll be mine. Right track mine. You can't deceive. Another young love is all you crave. And if the sun after you, you got mine. And you, oh, you like to think that you in need of stuff. Oh yeah. I do the truth to say can't get enough. Might as well face it, you're addicted to love. Might as well face it, you're addicted to love. Might as well face it, you're addicted to love. Might as well face it, you're addicted to love. Might as well face it, you're addicted to love.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the undisputed queen of rock and roll, Tina Turner, and the lovely Lisa Fisher, my friend, who sings with her and also sings backup, actually, for the Rolling Stones, who lives in New York City, and they're addicted to love. And I tell you, sometimes I think I'm addicted to Tina and Lisa. I'm not sure, but anyway. Okay, we're going to tee it up here on the second half of The Real Deal, ladies and gentlemen. In the studio with me, I have a famous chef from Milwaukee, and his name is Craig Reigert, and he has been here. He's been on the Cooking Channel, and he's been all over the country talking about cooking, and he also has come up with a batter, and it's a secret batter that he's selling. And we're going to have him on the guest. But more importantly, he's been over at my home, and he's been doing some cooking at my home because the ambassador can cook spaghetti and a few other things, but not the stuff he cooks. And so him and Alex, my friend from Beverly Hills, they grew up in the Milwaukee area, and that's how they know each other, and they landed over in PV. So they've been here doing some great things in my home for some of my friends and some functions. But so he was he's educated me. I've never been to Wisconsin, and for the past several days, I've learned a lot about Wisconsin. In fact, I'm going there. I am definitely going there, and Alex is going with me next spring or summer. It sounds like a beautiful place, and so we're going to go up there, and I'm going to get to know Wisconsin. And it's surrounded by Native Americans. His family are Native Americans, and it just sounds like a wonderful place, but not right now. I don't really care to go there right now. I'm having a hard time to go to Gallup, New Mexico, where my businesses are, and at Navajo, and my home is, and my sister and everybody, and it's not very warm there, but that's just the way it is this time of year. But anyway, Craig, why don't you introduce yourself, please, and tell our audience, and you've been on the radio before, and on TV, and tell our listening audience, number one in the country, who you are and why you're here, and what you're doing.
Well, first off, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Ambassador, for inviting me out to your home. It was a wonderful experience. I so much enjoyed it, and I thank you so much for bringing me here.
You're welcome.
I love the Arizona area. Many years back, I used to live here, and needless to say, it's not quite the same as it was 30 years ago.
No.
But I came up with a product called Krager's Breading. It just wet it to bread it. The milk, egg, flour, seasoning, everything's in it.
Right.
And I put on chicken, fish, shrimp. Basically, if you can wet it, you can bread it.
It's unbelievable.
And you can bake it, broil it, barbecue it. It's 0 fat, 3 milligrams of cholesterol, only 7 grams of carbs. It actually works for diabetics, MSG free. So it's actually healthy. You can actually use this breading on a George Foreman grill or in the oven. You can get the exact same taste and texture as deep fried food, but it's 100% fat free. You can actually lose weight or maintain weight with this breading and not give up the great taste of deep fried food.
I mean, you blew me away. I mean, my house looks like we're on the cooking show.
It actually looks like it blew up.
It
does. Yeah, we had some great food at the party the other night. This boy really chefed it up.
Oh, yeah. He's got the whole chef hat on and everything, and it's on our Real Deal, I think, Facebook page. If not, it will be. And, no, he's a master chef, and it was incredible, man. And doing the deep-fried turkeys and all that stuff just kind of totally blew me away.
Yeah, I can do 3 turkeys with 1 8-ounce bag of my breading. Actually, if anybody's interested out there, I shot a commercial for As Seen on TV, which is going to start airing on the Style Network this rest of this month and through December. So if anybody wants to catch a peek at old Krager's here.
How can we get a hold of you? Or how can they watch it?
Just go to the Style Network. It'll be on the
Style Network?
Style Network. Yeah, it's a national television network.
Okay.
And I'll be airing on that network, either that or, you can get me on the internet, kragersbreading.com, And,
Krager, spell that out, please.
CRAIGERS, breading, BREADING.com. So it's kragersbreading, all one word, .com.
So it's www.kragersbreading.com.
Correct.
Okay, we got that one.
Okay.
Now, tell us, you were so happy to hear what I'm doing.
Yes.
For the Native Americans.
Yes.
And I grew up at Navajo. I speak the language. My family are Navajos. Mm-hmm. My wife, who passed away, was a Navajo. Tell us how that relates to you and where you grew up.
Well, obviously, Wisconsin, like I was trying to explain to you, is Wisconsin pretty much revolves around Native Americans.
Right.
In fact, God loves Wisconsin so much, and he loved the Native Americans so much. Next time you pull your map out, take a look at the state of Wisconsin. They don't call it the Indian head country for nothing. The actual face of the Indian is the outside perimeter of the state of Wisconsin.
Really?
Yes.
I never noticed that.
Check it out. That's why they call it Indian head country.
Right. And in all those towns up there are Indian names.
Everything. Even Milwaukee. Actually, it's Milwaukee is how it's pronounced, and that means city by the lake. And we go from Gitchagumi all the way down to Milwaukee, and then you got Waukesha. There's just about every town there is a Native American town. It's funny, anybody comes there from around the country, they're totally lost trying to figure out what the words mean, so.
Nice. What do they think about, in your kids who are natives, what do they think about this name change movement?
It sucks. It totally sucks. And again, first you take away the name, and then you take, you just vanish, Next thing you know, the only way you're going to find Native Americans is in the history book.
And they'll burn the books.
But that's the next step. But, you don't like the Blackhawks. I mean, I give those guys so much credit. Greatest hockey team in the country. And
they have
kudos to those guys.
They have a beautiful logo.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a beautiful people. You got to have a beautiful logo, right?
Sure.
And I'm proud that they put that on. And I'm proud of them. For being the greatest team, but also being a supporter of the Native Americans. And I hope that they feel the same. That they're obviously honoring the American Indian with their logos and with their team.
Right. We've reached out to them. They know who the real deal is.
Yes.
And we send them stuff, and they're listening.
Mm-hmm.
They got people listening, and I'm so happy to have you on. Not only because you're a chef at my home, but for the past week, but also we like to get supporters of the different teams, like the Kansas City Chiefs and the Blackhawks and the Cleveland Indians and the Atlanta Braves and the Washington Redskins, because that's your team.
Yes.
And I tell people, hey, look, I don't care. And we have Navajos that are supporters of the Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that's fine. That's your team.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes down to the issue of changing the names of Native American teams, they stand up with me.
Absolutely.
They come here and stand up with me. That's why you're here.
Exactly.
Your football team's the Green Bay Packers, right?
After last night, that's more like the Green Bay Slackers.
Well, yesterday we're at my house. We're at my house, and
it doesn't mean that. We love you, Green Bay.
And Alex,
yes, we do.
Alex and Greg are at my house, and I'm saying, well, we got to go. We got to go somewhere at 3:00. And I'm trying to get these guys rounded up and get them out of the house, and they're watching the Green Bay game. And Alex is jumping up and down and saying, we're going to make a comeback. And they did. They made a pretty good comeback.
Yeah, and they were just a quarter short.
Yeah, just a quarter short. But they're so avid about their team, the Green Bay Packers. But when it comes to this issue with me and the Washington Redskins, they said, hey, Ambassador, there's no way cut it, man. We're with you all down the line.
Well, Mr. Ambassador, just for your information, the Potawatomi Indians are avid supporters of the Green Bay Packers. They advertise on the Packers.
Well, they're financial supporters.
You can't. Well, not only that, you live there. Everybody bleeds green there, So can't be too hard on them.
Right. Yep, that's good. It's just amazing that when it comes to Americans have common sense. And when it comes to something that's united the country, and they can see that Native American names and images are being stripped and taken away, I think all Americans are for that minute, all Americans are Native Americans.
Yeah. Not to keep hammering on Wisconsin, but if anybody...
And I really believe that.
If anybody, is interested in Native American culture, Wisconsin is just absolutely steeped from one end to the other. Wisconsin Dells, one of the most beautiful places on the planet. That's all American Indian reservations. Even Milwaukee itself is an Indian reservation. And, they've got Potawatomis have a casino there. Menominee Falls, Winneconne, all these towns. Every town in the state is basically an Indian name.
I know, and that's why I'm coming. But I have people like Brenda in Lancaster and Deb and Teresa in Wilmington, and all around the country, Jim in Wilmington. These people aren't Native Americans, but they stand with me, and let me tell you, they're as Native American as you are for standing with me.
Yeah, well, and my kids are part Oneida.
That's right, and your kids are part
My
Oneida.
kids in Beverly Hills, they are part Oneida.
Okay, so you know what? We're out of time.
Well, I was going to say my family is Potawatomi and my grandson is Apache.
That's right. So we're out of time. We're all in. Please support us. I can't run this thing up by myself. I'm not a billionaire like the name changers. Contact me at yellowhorse.us, info at yellowhorseindustries.com, 602-531-9100, and or go to the Real Deal Facebook page and support us. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's $100. I don't care if it's an IOU. Just try to keep us on the air because we're in it to win it. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we got to go. We're all in. We're all out. And be sure and listen next week, ladies and gentlemen, because we will be talking to you about our trip to Washington, D.C., that Mark Yellowhorse and I are going on, and what we did up there. And I am definitely going to be looking for that damn mascot. I know he's up there, and I'm going to find him. Because these name changers keep insisting that there's a mascot, that the Washington Redskins have a mascot, and trust me, I'll find him, and I'll run him down, and we'll know what this whole thing is with these name changers and the mascot. So with that being said, Kyle, tell everybody why we're here.
Kicking ass and saving names, Ambassador.
You got it.
Thank you for listening to The Real Deal. Tune in to The Real Deal with the Ambassador and Mark Yellowhorse every Wednesday at 5 p.m. and on demand 24/7 right here on Star Worldwide Networks.